I want you to lean in close for a moment, because what I'm about to tell you could quite literally change how your legs feel for the rest of your life. If you're over 60 and you've been dealing with cold feet, heavy legs, swelling around your ankles, numbness, tingling, or that deep aching fatigue that seems to settle into your calves by the end of the day, you've probably been told the same tired advice again and again. Walk more, take this pill, or that's just part of getting older. But here's the shocking truth most people never hear. Poor leg circulation after 60 is not just about weak blood vessels, and it's not fixed by walking alone. In fact, there is one simple, surgeon-approved exercise that directly targets the hidden muscle pump responsible for moving blood back up from your legs to your heart, and most seniors are never taught how to activate it correctly. Today, I'm going to reveal that exercise, explain exactly why it works when so many others fail, and show you how to do it safely, even if you have knee pain, balance issues, or haven't exercised in years. Stay with me, because if you skip this, you may miss the one thing that could dramatically improve your leg circulation starting today. Now let's talk honestly about what's really happening inside your legs as you age, because understanding the why is what makes the solution finally make sense. Blood circulation in the legs is a two-way journey. Your heart pumps oxygen-rich blood down through arteries into your thighs, calves, and feet. That part usually gets all the attention, but the more difficult part, especially after 60, is getting the blood back up. Your veins have to push blood upward against gravity, all the way back to the heart. They rely on tiny one-way valves and, most importantly, on muscle contractions to squeeze the veins and push blood upward. Surgeons often refer to this system as the peripheral muscle pump, and in the lower body, the most powerful part of that pump is not the thighs, not the hamstrings, and not even the knees. It's the calf muscles, especially a deep muscle called the soleus. This muscle acts like a second heart for your legs. When it contracts properly, it can push a large volume of blood upward with each movement. When it becomes weak or inactive, blood pools in the lower legs and feet, leading to swelling, pressure, heaviness, varicose veins, and even increased risk of clots. Here's the problem. After 60, most people unknowingly stop using the soleus muscle the way it was designed to be used. Modern chairs, soft shoes, long periods of sitting, and cautious movement patterns all reduce how often this muscle fully contracts. Walking helps, yes, but only if you walk with enough ankle movement and calf engagement. Many seniors shuffle, take short steps, or walk mostly from the hips, which barely activates the soleus at all. That's why someone can walk every day and still have terrible circulation in their legs. Surgeons see this all the time in patients who come in with chronic swelling or venous issues and say, "But doctor, I walk every day." The issue isn't effort, it's activation. Before I reveal the exercise, I want to clear up a few dangerous myths that can actually make poor circulation worse. First, pain is not a sign you should stop all movement. Sharp pain is a warning, yes, but mild discomfort or muscle fatigue is often a sign that blood-starved tissues are finally being stimulated. Second, leg swelling does not mean you should keep your legs completely still. Inactivity is one of the fastest ways to worsen venous pooling. Third, more intense exercise is not better for circulation in seniors. High-impact movements, deep squats, or aggressive calf raises can strain joints and tendons without effectively engaging the deep calf pump we're targeting today. The goal is precision, not intensity. Now let's get into the exercise itself, the one surgeons often recommend after vascular procedures and during recovery because it's safe, effective, and can be done almost anywhere. This exercise is called the seated soleus pump, and while it looks almost too simple to matter, the science behind it is remarkably strong. Studies have shown that targeted soleus activation can significantly increase venous return, improve oxygen delivery to the lower legs, and reduce swelling over time. The beauty of this exercise is that it doesn't require balance, doesn't stress the knees, and can be done even if you have arthritis or limited mobility. To perform this exercise correctly, sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Make sure you're sitting tall, not slouched, because posture affects blood flow. Now here's the key detail most people miss. Keep the front of your feet, especially the balls of your feet and toes, relaxed and lightly touching the floor. Slowly lift just your heels as high as you comfortably can while keeping the balls of your feet down. You should feel a gentle tightening deep in your lower calves, not a sharp burn, and not tension in your shins. Hold that lifted position for a slow count of 2, then gently lower your heels back to the floor. That's 1 repetition. What makes this exercise so powerful is the slow, controlled contraction and release. Each lift squeezes the veins inside the calf, pushing blood upward past the one-way valves. Each release allows the veins to refill with blood from below, preparing for the next pump. When done rhythmically, this creates a powerful circulation wave. Surgeons like this exercise because it mimics the natural pumping action of walking, without the joint stress or balance risk. Now let's talk about how many repetitions and how often, because this is where most people either do too little to see benefits or too much and get discouraged. Start with just 1 minute. That may sound short, but 1 minute of properly done soleus pumps can involve 20 to 30 controlled repetitions. Do this once in the morning and once in the evening. As your calves adapt, you can gradually increase to 2 or 3 minutes per session. Some seniors eventually work up to 5 minutes at a time, especially if they sit for long periods during the day. The key is consistency, not duration. Think of this exercise like brushing your teeth. A little, done daily, makes a massive difference over time. You may be wondering how quickly you can expect to feel results. Many people notice warmer feet and less heaviness in their legs within a few days. Swelling around the ankles may begin to reduce within 1 to 2 weeks. Over several months, consistent practice can help improve vein function and reduce the progression of circulation-related issues. However, it's important to be realistic. This is not a magic cure, and it does not replace medical treatment if you have advanced vascular disease. But as a foundational daily habit, it's one of the most effective tools available. Now let's talk about breathing, because breathing and circulation are deeply connected. While performing the soleus pump, breathe slowly and deeply. Inhale through your nose as you lift your heels, and exhale gently through your mouth as you lower them. Deep breathing helps reduce pressure in the chest, making it easier for blood to return to the heart. This combination of muscle pumping and diaphragmatic breathing creates a powerful synergy that many surgeons specifically recommend during recovery and prevention programs. Now, there are a few common mistakes I want you to avoid. First, bouncing the heels quickly. This turns the exercise into a momentum-based movement and reduces the pumping effect. Second, clenching your toes or gripping the floor. This shifts effort away from the soleus and into smaller foot muscles. Third, holding your breath. Breath holding increases internal pressure and actually works against venous return. Move slowly, stay relaxed, and focus on the deep calf contraction. You might be thinking, this sounds good, but what if I already have severe swelling or varicose veins? In many cases, this exercise is still safe and helpful, but you should start very gently and consult your healthcare provider if you have a history of blood clots, severe peripheral artery disease, or open leg ulcers. Surgeons often recommend this exercise precisely because it's low risk, but individual conditions always matter. Now let's expand the benefits beyond circulation, because this is another reason this one exercise is so valuable. Improved leg circulation means better oxygen and nutrient delivery to muscles and nerves. This can reduce nighttime leg cramps, improve balance, and even enhance walking endurance. Many seniors report feeling more stable on their feet after several weeks of consistent soleus pumping, because better circulation supports nerve function and muscle responsiveness. This is especially important for fall prevention, which is a major concern after 60. I also want to address something that often goes unspoken: fear. Many older adults are afraid to move because they've been told to be careful for so long. While caution is important, fear-based inactivity is one of the biggest contributors to declining circulation. The seated soleus pump is a way to reintroduce safe, purposeful movement without triggering that fear. You're in control.
seated, supported, and moving within a comfortable range. As you make this exercise part of your daily routine, consider pairing it with simple lifestyle habits that further support circulation. Stay hydrated because thickened blood moves more slowly. Avoid sitting completely still for long periods. Even small movements help. Elevate your legs occasionally if swelling is significant, but don't rely on elevation alone. And wear supportive footwear that allows natural ankle movement rather than stiff, restrictive shoes. Over time, you may find that this one exercise becomes a signal to your body that movement is safe and beneficial. That psychological shift is just as important as the physical effects. When people feel empowered to help their own circulation, they're more likely to stay active, engaged, and confident. Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something crucial. This exercise is simple, but simple does not mean insignificant. Surgeons understand that the most effective interventions are often the ones patients.
Let's continue by going deeper into how this one exercise fits into the bigger picture of leg circulation after 60, because understanding the full context is what turns a simple movement into a powerful daily habit. When surgeons talk about circulation problems in seniors, they are not just thinking about blood vessels as pipes. They think in terms of pressure, muscle timing, valve function, and daily movement patterns. Your veins are designed to work with gravity only when you are lying down. The moment you stand or sit upright, gravity becomes an obstacle. In younger years, strong calf muscles and frequent movement overcome that obstacle automatically. After 60, that automatic system weakens, not because your body is broken, but because it has been underused for years. One of the most important things to understand is that the soleus muscle is active during low-intensity, long-duration activities, not explosive movements. This is why running or fast walking is not necessary, and for many seniors, not appropriate. The soleus is rich in slow-twitch muscle fibers, which are designed for endurance and continuous pumping. That's exactly why the seated soleus pump works so well. It matches the muscle's natural design instead of fighting against it. Surgeons often prefer this approach because it restores function rather than forcing performance. Now let's talk about timing, because when you do this exercise can be just as important as how you do it. The best times to perform the seated soleus pump are when circulation tends to be poorest. For most seniors, this is first thing in the morning and in the evening after a long day of sitting or standing. In the morning, circulation is sluggish because you've been lying still for hours. A few minutes of soleus pumping helps wake up the vascular system and prepare your legs for the day. In the evening, it helps drain pooled blood and fluid before you go to bed, which can reduce nighttime cramps and restless legs. If you spend long periods sitting during the day, for example, watching television, reading, or using a computer, this exercise becomes even more valuable. Surgeons frequently advise patients to do short bouts of calf pumping every hour during prolonged sitting. You don't need to announce it or make a big production out of it, just quietly lift and lower your heels while seated. Over time, these small circulation boosts add up. Another critical factor is footwear. Many seniors unknowingly sabotage their circulation by wearing shoes that restrict ankle movement. Very stiff soles, tight uppers, or heavy shoes reduce how much the calf muscles can contract naturally. When you're at home, consider wearing lighter, flexible footwear or supportive slippers that allow your ankles to move freely. This doesn't mean walking barefoot if that feels unsafe. It means choosing footwear that works with your body instead of against it. Hydration also plays a surprisingly large role. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes, and many seniors drink less water to avoid frequent bathroom trips. Unfortunately, dehydration thickens the blood, making it harder for the venous system to move it upward. Surgeons often emphasize that no exercise works as well when the blood itself is sluggish. Drinking adequate fluids throughout the day supports the mechanical pumping you're doing with the soleus exercise. Now let's address swelling specifically, because this is one of the most common and frustrating symptoms of poor leg circulation. Swelling occurs when fluid leaks out of blood vessels into surrounding tissues faster than it can be drained away. The calf pump plays a major role in preventing this buildup. When the soleus contracts, it not only moves blood, but also helps move lymphatic fluid, which is part of your body's waste removal system. This is why consistent calf pumping can gradually reduce ankle and lower leg swelling.
It's also why complete rest often makes swelling worse rather than better. If you already have noticeable swelling, start gently. You may feel a sense of pressure or fullness during the first few sessions. This is usually normal and reflects fluid movement. However, sharp pain, sudden redness, or one-sided swelling should always be evaluated by a healthcare professional, as these can be signs of more serious conditions. Surgeons stress that listening to your body is not the same as fearing movement. Let's also talk about circulation and nerve health, because many seniors experience numbness or tingling in their feet. Poor circulation reduces oxygen delivery to nerves, making them more sensitive and less efficient. Over time, improved blood flow can help calm irritated nerves and support nerve repair. While this exercise is not a cure for neuropathy, many people report reduced tingling and better foot awareness after weeks of consistent practice. Better awareness means better balance, which again ties back to fall prevention. Balance itself is closely linked to calf strength and circulation. The calf muscles help control subtle movements at the ankle that keep you upright. When circulation is poor, these muscles fatigue quickly and balance suffers. By improving blood flow and muscle endurance through soleus pumping, you are indirectly training your body to stay steady. This is one reason surgeons and physical therapists often include this exercise in rehabilitation programs. Another important point is patience. Circulation improvements happen gradually. Unlike pain relief from medication, which can be immediate, vascular changes take time. Blood vessels adapt slowly, muscles strengthen incrementally, and fluid balance improves over weeks and months. The people who benefit the most are those who make this exercise part of their identity, not just a short-term fix. It becomes something you do without thinking, like standing up straight or taking a deep breath. Let's briefly touch on what not to combine with this exercise, especially in the beginning. Avoid holding heavy weights on your knees while doing heel lifts. Avoid pushing into pain or forcing range of motion. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Every body has a different starting point. Surgeons care far more about steady progress than dramatic effort. As your confidence grows, you may notice that other movements become easier. Walking may feel lighter. Stairs may feel less intimidating. Shoes may feel less tight at the end of the day. These are all signs that circulation is improving. Acknowledge them. Positive feedback reinforces consistency. Finally, remember that this exercise is not about age denial. It's about age intelligence. Your body is changed, and the strategies that worked at 40 may not work at 60 or 70. The seated soleus pump respects those changes and works with them. That's why surgeons trust it, and that's why it has helped so many seniors regain comfort and confidence in their legs.